Ooh, it's hard out here for a new female superhero, isn't it? Or so they're trying to tell us and not doing a good job of convincing us, are they? Hello there, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina, the Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis, and of course, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. So in this video, your girl is going to be giving a hopefully very brief review of episode 2 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which is now Attorney for Hire. Of course, airing on Disney Plus. Now, fair warning, I do spoilers in these, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, I suggest you stop the video now, go back and watch the episode, because starting off with spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, you've been warned. So, She-Hulk has a job. She-Hulk gets fired. She-Hulk gets hired by the law firm of the company that she was prosecuting in her former life. And not only that, she's hired as the face of the new superhero law division. And when I say face, I mean, in order for her to take this job, 2 conditions. 1, she needs to always be as the Hulk, or She-Hulk, rather, that would be. And 2, she has to represent a client who is superhero prisoner, I guess you would say, enemy, super nemesis prisoner, who was actually up for parole. The parole is problematic because this is the same guy who tried to kill her cousin, Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. Oh yeah, one last thing about the episode. Our boy, the Abomination, who seems to be all reformed and zen and sending out apology haikus to people. And Bruce thought that that was, cool, because he got a haiku from him several years ago, and all that beef that happened was under the bridge, right? Okay, so end of the episode. The Abomination busted out of prison, caused some problems for our girl Jen. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we start off with what I liked about this episode? Because unlike the first episode, which was freaking abysmal, this episode actually didn't offend me and didn't feel like cringe when I was watching it. Number one, Jen losing her job is very relatable. She got fired for basically doing the right thing. She hulked out in the courtroom when Titania busted up in there, and She-Hulk defended the people, kept the people safe. But mistrial declared, as Jen turning into She-Hulk can potentially prejudice the jury. So DA lost the case. DA's office basically fired your girl Jen, so she was looking for a new job. So getting fired or getting laid off, let's say losing your job, especially when you have student loans and you have to find another job quickly and you're getting rejected all over the place, because let's face it, Jen was getting rejected from the top law firms all the way down to the slip and fall accident lawyer firm. So it was not looking good for her. So I actually found that to make her somewhat relatable. I still don't completely like her, but that was a start. You get a gold star for that, Marvel. I did like how eccentric Jen's family was. They didn't seem like a family that was out of the ordinary. It could be any, backwards, fun family, you know. So it was nice to see that. Other interesting thing that I noticed was the dad asking what Hawkeye did with the arrows and everything that he shot. Now, funny he should bring that up because there were other YouTubers like me talking about that when we reviewed Hawkeye. So get a little bit more confirmation that yeah, Marvel, you do watch us out here on the YouTubes. It's okay. Take some good notes. Other thing I liked, I actually did like Pug, the brown nosing co-worker in the superhero law division. He was actually kind of funny, showing up with the gift basket, including the best bathroom to go if you got some gastrointestinal distress you need to get rid of. Frankly, I just thought that he was funny. That's just it. Just me personally, I just thought he was funny. Now let's get to the things that I did not like about this episode. One, Jen is still freaking whiny. She really is. I mean, even when she breaks the fourth wall, I expect some witty freaking banter like in Deadpool. And we're not getting this from her. Like when she gets the job, well, okay, not when she gets the job, we'll say when she reports there to see if she's going to do what it takes to get this job. She starts complaining about people thinking that she only got, or potentially thinking that she only got this job because she is a superhero. So to frick what? It's called niche hiring, okay? And it's freaking genius. So I didn't like that, didn't like that whininess. Because frankly, if it was me, I'd roll up in there like, yeah, you hired me for a reason because I can look like this and I can do this. So get out of my way and let me do my job. But that's your girl's attitude. Jen doesn't strike me as having that kind of attitude, not with that kind of whining going on. I still don't like how convenient it is for her to change into and out of her Hulk persona. I still really think that that should be a struggle. Like it should have been a struggle that even when she got to this law firm, that she just had issues transforming into the Hulk, and maybe it just comes out at an inopportune moment. I just don't like that. Just okay, I can be Jen. Okay, I can be Hulk. Not right away. She hasn't demonstrated that ability to us with the learning curve and process, trying and failing, trying and failing, trying and failing. Hell, Iron Man couldn't even use the first suit that he built properly. And how many times did we see him F up in technical tests and everything in, the first Iron Man movie? We like seeing that because it shows growth. No growth here. Still no growth here. Okay, I'm cracking up when she's complaining. Okay, so her paralegal friend is telling her, but yeah, you could be an Avenger with these superpowers. And Jen's like, well, do they have like maternity leave? Do they have health care? Do they even get paid? Okay, with the one or two Avengers comics that I had read, the Avengers did get a stipend, all right, because I believe was episode, no, not episode, excuse me, forget which issue it was. Vision and the Scarlet Witch. Okay. Peter Parker with the black Spider-Man outfit, he went to go shoot pictures of the Scarlet Witch because she was pregnant with the twins. And Peter Parker is talking to Vision, and Vision is talking about the stipend that he gets from the Avengers. And Peter Parker, because he's a broke ass, he was like, wow, it would really be nice to kind of have that. So, what that kind of tells me is as usual, somebody didn't do some comic book research. But does this really surprise anyone when it comes to Marvel shows on Disney Plus? The pace in this is still very, very slow, very boring. Um, they just need to pick it up. I mean, if I first of all, if I didn't have to review this again, I would have tuned out because you're not giving me enough to make me interested, in this, really, as just a pedestrian viewer. Jen is not freaking likable. I mean, she's getting, there's little nuggets there to kind of make her likable, but I still really don't care what happens to her. But I tell you what I do freaking care about. I care about the fact that we didn't see more of Titania's messy self losing it in traffic court. Since apparently, because things didn't go too well for her in traffic court, girl just like went off. And that's why she busted into that courtroom where Jen was. Don't you think it might have been cool if we kind of saw the events that led up to Titania flipping out? I would have. Again, I'm Team Titania. It's not good or doesn't bode well for a series if I'm rooting for the villain more than I am the quote unquote heroine. Yeah, Team Titania. Girl's got a verified check mark on Twitter, and I follow her too. All right, so to wrap this up, if I had to give this episode a rating, I would give it a 6 out of 10. There's more stuff that I dislike about it than like about it, but I would definitely watch it much more than I would the pilot episode, which in a way, I really feel like episode 1 and episode 2 should have been put together. Episode 2 had much less cringe in it than episode 1, and I'm starting to think that maybe episode 1 was written that way as the pilot to shop it around, and Disney just says, hey, this has like all the great virtue signaling stuff we need to sell this show. And then you see the obvious drop off in that virtue signaling nonsense in the second episode. So again, glad most of the cringe stuff from episode 1 is gone, but gotta pick it up, gotta pick up the pace, because you got a heroine that I really don't give a crap about, that's not really growing, and a villainess that I want to flip and see more of, and you're not letting me see more of her. Want to see more Titania, y'all. Overall, this series does not feel like Marvel at all. It feels like uh, low effort comedy with a little bit of superhero elements thrown into it. I don't feel like I'm really getting advanced in any comic book knowledge. You see little things like Jen's screensaver is Captain America's ass. Okay, well, you know, he's got his superhero, uniform on, but obviously he's shot from the back. I'm not mad at her for having that, but the fact that I could pick that up so easily and just not really care about everything else, ugh, just sloppy, just sloppy. Oh, speaking of, I won't say sloppy, but probably something that I don't understand because I didn't really read the comics, or it's something they're setting up for later. Apparently, Hulk is on a rocket ship going somewhere in uncharted space. So obviously that's a setup for something else that's coming. How the heck the reception was so good on his phone being that far out? I don't know. Okay, I'm overthinking it. Okay, so folks, that's your girl's opinion. Again, if I wasn't reviewing this for my channel, I would not recommend going out of your way to watch this. It is getting better, but not enough that I would recommend people drop everything to come and watch this show. So you tell me in the comments, if you've been watching this show so far, what do you think of how it's going, and what, if anything, traces back to the comics, because I would love to hear you guys tell me this. As just a pure MCU person, I'm just like, why is this freaking show here? I Okay, well, we know why it's here, but it's just, I'm just like, nah. Hulk smash on the skip button on Disney Plus, as the Daily Beast would say. So that's going to wrap it up for this video here. If you got some value out of it and enjoyed my pain of reviewing this, please do hit that thumbs up button. And if you didn't get some value out of it, well, as always, I thank you for watching. So with that said, folks, I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, I got 7 more episodes to go with this show. Again, drop wine recommendations in the comments, please.